Hey, welcome back to another episode of the PEP Talk, part of our podcast experience. Again, PEP Talks are little 15-minute quick hitters that we post on LinkedIn to talk about topics. And with me, as always, is my buddy Nicolas Manotas.
We spend so much time together that even though we are apart, we end up dressing the same. And it
That
was coincidence. We didn't do it on purpose.
we did not coordinate that at all. It was a bold move by Nico because I make this look so good that now he's got to compare it to me. So I don't know. Comment. Let us know who looks better in the Freedom Packaging quarter zip. If you comment, maybe we'll send you one. That would be cool.
That's a good way for you to participate.
Yeah, there you go. Or one of our polo shirts. We got all types of fun swag. Today we're talking about resin, right? We just did a resin update, didn't we, Nico? What was it, like a month ago?
On early January, I think, starting the year.
Yeah. And we're like, hey, everything looks good. Packaging pricing is going down, unless, of course, there's a war in Iran. So what we saw actually was an increase in resin starting in January of 2026. LDP, which is our most prolific, we most of our bags are polyethylene. It went up 5 cents. So from 78 cents to 83 cents in January. However, February has been confirmed flat. So that January increase is actually not related to the Iran conflict or war, whatever the heck we're calling it. It was just related to some supply and demand. And again, if you recall, like as the price per barrel goes up, usually it takes resin about 5 or 6 months to respond to that. Especially because like us as resin buyers, we buy 3 months at a time. So we didn't pass on that January price increase on the resin because we're still using resin we purchased in Q4. But what we're going to see, and probably all your flex pack converters out there, you're probably going to see a price increase starting beginning of Q2. Again, it went up about 5 cents, which is about 8% increase in the resin cost from 0.78 to 0.83 cents per pound on LDPE. What was really interesting is when we were looking at WTI, which is obviously American crude futures. When the Iran conflict started, it jumped up to what, like $106, $112 a barrel, I think, something like that. But right away, like it started to come back down.
There's a lot of things that we still don't know where we're heading because a lot of international things happening. Last time we spoke about resin, we were talking about what is going to happen now that Venezuela had the U.S. intervention, but now Iran has a U.S.-Israel intervention. So there's a lot of chess figures moving yet that we cannot assure what is going to happen. We're just trying to navigate while we get some news. So what is happening now in Iran, as you mentioned, is not yet reflected. We will know in the next months how good or bad this will be.
Yeah, I know. I was paying, like in Florida, we were paying like $2.99 for regular, and I think it jumped up to like $3.80 overnight, and now it's starting to come back down. So again, like from a administration standpoint, the Trump administration is trying to make fuel as cost effective as possible, I think, or energy as cost effective as possible. But at the same time, Iran, anything when you start dealing with the Middle East, it creates uncertainty in the supply chain, especially because Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz or whatever, however you pronounce it, where almost all the fuel or all the oil flows through. So that creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates an increase in price. But we'll see if this is, an Afghanistan 2.0 where we're drug into war for years and years and years, or if we cut it off pretty quickly and it's just a campaign. That's what they keep saying. But then I hear rumblings of boots on the ground. I don't know. But we're here to just tell you what we're seeing and what we're guessing. I'm guessing that price increase that everybody's going to get start of Q2, I'm hoping if Iran is calm, then we should see a nice slow decrease moving forward. But there might be some reactionary price increases on resin due to the uncertainty.
But
So
not only resins, petroleum marched the pole on the economy of the world, and every time barrels go up, everyone should get nervous because that shows uncertainty and might end up in a crisis. who knows, or just a moment that goes back later. But every time petroleum goes up is when you start checking what's happening on the economies of the world.
Yeah, yeah, and typically if you're a net exporter of oil, then pricing going up benefits you, right? Because you're exporting more than you're importing. But if you're importing more than you're exporting, then it becomes more cost effective for your country in order to provide energy and fuel for businesses, cars, everything basically. So, I don't know. It's a crazy world. Sometimes I feel like we're living in the Matrix and it's all simulation, but again, we try to at least give you an update on things that are outside of our control. I think this is outside of our control. Nico, did you suggest that we start bombing Iran, or was that outside of your control?
Never.
Okay, good call. Good call. Yeah.
Morpheus, not yet. You're Morpheus.
Yeah.
I could
You
be
think
Neo.
that's air you're breathing? We both took the blue pill today, clearly, and it matches our shirt. So
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, it's a crazy world. Like, I don't know. I try to keep up on current events, but not try to let it affect my mental state because again, it kind of falls down to the serenity prayer of you can work yourself into a tizzy over geopolitics, but why? What is your impact on that, right? Until the geopolitics really start impacting your backyard, like if you're in Ukraine or Iran or something like that, maybe from a mental health standpoint, it's just keep yourself educated, but don't linger on it, right? Focus on what's in front of you, focus on the present, focus
Yeah,
on your family.
make sure to be informed, but don't get sucked to the yellow media. You can read in the headlights what is happening, maybe read a little bit more in the news, but you need to see 10 times how a bomb hits a building or how many times. With only one time you are informed. The rest is like um, contamination to your state of mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting when you look at like social media and the damaging impacts it's having on people's mental health. It's like, and it comes like, do you outlaw that? That seems like against American freedom to say this is against the law to do social media, but at the same time, it's so bad for so many humans because they have a hard time putting up guardrails, I guess, Nico, as far as either the time spent on social media or the impact it has on their mental health.
No, and the algorithm on social media is kind of fits the way you think. Like if you're only seeing bad things or things related to Iran, it will bombard you with news from Iran or news from
Mm-hmm.
Venezuela, or is where you put your effort and your energy, your mind will go, and social media will explode that. So start looking a lot of pandas doing funny
Puppies. That's what
things
I was gonna say. Yeah,
and puppies
puppies.
and
Yeah,
traveling around the world and peace of mind and
food.
wellness, so you can balance a little bit your
Your stream.
the news feed from your algorithm, so you don't get only the bad things.
That's great advice. There's nothing better than recenting your mental health and looking at pandas and puppies for a little bit.
I have that balance thanks to my kids because I all the time save. I have a collection of animals doing funny things or cute things. So when I see something, I always save it for my kids later. So I get often a lot of pandas and nice things like when humans save animals, when animals save humans, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like the panda ones because they're so. Everybody's like, how does
Clumsy.
this? Yeah, how does this animal survive in the wild? Like, good
Yeah.
thing it doesn't have big natural predators because it just falls over all the time.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Anyway, that's a fun little segue. So yeah, going back to resin, like we could wrap this one up, but we won't know the effects of the Iran war right away. So I know you're going to see a price increase in Q2 on resin for your resin buyers and probably from your converters and stuff like that, not related to the Iran war. That probably won't impact us until, let's say, Q3, if there's any impact at all. But it was such a quick blip on the radar as far as the crude going up and crude going down. So just keep an eye on your WTI, which is your crude futures, and just kind of see where that's going. Again, it showed a little bit of an uptick up, and then it's really showing futures going back down. But if we're in war and stuff like that, you never know. So
Yeah. Let's prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
That's the Boy Scout honor, right? Always be prepared.
But
So
also a lawyer slogan.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to go over, Nico?
No, see you guys in our next pep talk or podcast. We love to your interaction and to get more and more involvement every time.
That's awesome. That's correct. Thank you guys so much. Please comment. Let us know how we're doing. Tell your friends, like and subscribe, smash that like button and all that fun stuff. And we will see you on the very next Pep Talk. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.